Good evening. That's it. That's the podcast version. Yeah. Right. Good evening to the Said Enough podcast. So we're thinking this is going to be our last episode because we completely lost passion for it. But
You're kidding. You're kidding.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Last episode will be our next episode will be last episode. So I'm I've got some adrenaline pumping. I've got some anger issues, and I got some anger to sort out because of a certain thing that happened today. And I'm gonna let Harry say it because when I say it, I just want to throw my head in the oven.
Yeah, so there was just a game on in the UK, if you're aware. Arsenal versus Manchester United, and he supports Arsenal. And they choked against Man United tonight.
Yeah, what was
3-1.
Yeah, fucking 3-1.
3-1, yeah.
3-1. Why was that, Harry? Because what was that? Wait, what was that? Arsenal's defence is weaker than my dad's pull-out game. My dad has 4 kids with 2 different women. Absolutely.
You know what? They've got a lot of injuries though at the minute, Arsenal. To be fair, but then again, they've had a lot of injuries for the last 10 years.
Mate, look at what's his name, Theo Walcott. That guy was getting injured every fucking week.
Well, Theo Walcott, Jack Wilshere. So, I mean, there's fucking loads. Diaby was known for it. Like that's his whole career.
Yeah.
Getting injured for Arsenal. Well, we played. My team, Chelsea, had a game last night against Tottenham, and yeah, it was a good game. It was pretty entertaining. They went to penalties, and Chelsea won on penalties. So yeah, it was a good game. Pretty good. Higuain, I'm happy that Higuain's come in. Chelsea have just got Higuain on loan for like 6 months. I'm not sure if he's gonna I think there's an option to keep him, or I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with that. I think he's a good goal scorer, and he's going to be better than what we had anyway. So I'm looking forward to it.
You know Lingard's reaction to the ref's call.
Yeah.
That's my
heat at the moment, man.
When I die on COD.
For real. Yeah, I guarantee.
Those perfect 2 words. Fuck off.
Yeah, in the heat of the moment on the pitch, you're going to say shit. You know?
Yeah, like he was angry today, man. He was an angry person, I'll tell you that. Like,
for real, yeah.
He was very angry. I don't know.
Listen, man, it's a semi-final, you know.
I'm guessing, you know, he's had a bad day playing some Fortnite. He thinks, fuck's sake, I haven't got any victory royales.
You know what? The funny thing is, a lot of it, well, it is true. I think it is because a lot of the England squad like play that shit, you know. Yeah, the likes of Dele Alli.
I get why people love it.
I don't. I think it's fucking shit, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't get the hate bandwagon towards it. I don't get the.
I don't hate it, but it ain't. I don't. No, it's so overhyped.
Yeah,
like fuck me.
It's so overhyped, but I don't see that. I don't get why people literally jump on to the point where.
Hey man, it's like with everything that's popular. If there's something that's popular, there's going to be 2 sides to it, and the thing is you're going to either hate it or love it. And then there's people who are indifferent who don't give a shit, but. There's always going to be, there's always going to be the 2 sides to everything popular. There's going to be the ones that hate it. There's going to be the ones that love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this episode isn't about Fortnite, so we're not going to go into that.
I know, we're not going to get this. By the way, do we want to say what happened was it last week with the show? Because we haven't recorded, we haven't actually uploaded. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks.
If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know exactly what happened because I tweeted about it. Because I did say.
Yeah, you did say. I remember. Yeah.
I think it's trying to dodge technical issues while recording the podcast, and I put a pretty hilarious GIF up because I'm a fucking meme lord. But yeah,
that's pretty much your biggest accomplishment.
Me and Harry can talk for hours, right? But then the minute we go, oh yeah, let's record. We might as well record a podcast. And then, let's record the episode. We get set up, and then everything breaks.
Yeah, legit. It wasn't one of those where it was like one problem. We had fucking so many problems. Like you couldn't hear me on what we were using one platform. We went to another platform, and it wouldn't work. And it was just bullshit, and it made no sense because my audio was fine. Other people could hear me. You could hear me. I mean, I could hear you, sorry, but you couldn't hear me. And then it was just so many issues.
I just couldn't hear anything you were saying.
But then we went to another platform, and I couldn't hear you. Like you were quiet as fuck. It was just so many problems, but Yes,
Oh,
but I mean, obviously, we haven't. We are still continuing with this show. Haven't given up already.
no, no,
That's
no,
just
no, no.
the only reason why it's been like, you know, three,
Technical
4 weeks is a lot of
I
issues,
think
and
I think what we both need to do to avoid
yeah.
any technical issues is we both need to just sit right in front of our fucking router.
Well, the
Just,
thing is, the trouble there is my router's downstairs, and I'm not exactly going to record in front
yeah,
of, you
see,
know,
that's the
whoever's
problem with
in.
mine as well. It's downstairs, and I'm downstairs now. My router's literally right behind me. Like I'm
Okay, that's
I'm
cool.
rubbing my router right now. I mean, it's hot. I mean, we be using this bloody thing. Jesus.
Yeah, it's going to be hot. I have pretty good internet Wi-Fi though in this house, in my room. Sorry, like it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean our Wi-Fi's our internet's pretty good, right? We get 70 download, decent internet.
Sure.
But the Wi-Fi is horrible for me, so I'm gonna get a Wi-Fi booster eventually.
Yeah, I'll have to do something like that eventually as well.
So yeah, just
There
sort
was
of
something.
technical issues. Just that's all we ever seem to have recently. I mean,
Yeah, there's a
it
lot of
doesn't
stuff.
help. My laptop is literally falling apart right now. It's got so
My
much
laptop's
tape
in
wrapped around
dire
it to keep the
straits. Yeah.
screen from falling off.
What do you mean the screen? Like the?
Alright, so I can't keep my laptop screen up straight without something supporting it from behind.
I get ya. Yeah. Okay.
It's literally basically detached from the laptop.
Okay.
So essentially,
I get ya.
when I close down the laptop, I'm literally essentially just placing the screen on top of the keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my
So
problem.
that's not good. Sure. Yeah, I've got like trouble. You know when the screen like leaks on the inside and that, it's like
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've got that. There's like the top left of the screen is like cracked and it's kind of leaked a little bit, the cartridge and that. So, yeah, mine's in dire straits as well. Hopefully, it'll actually last until I can get a new one.
I'm
But because I
surprised
mean,
mine
this
works.
is
Mine looks
relatively
fine.
new, man.
Mine still runs Photoshop. Like that's insane.
I'm surprised mine hasn't gotten worse because I shit you not, every single time this has happened to me before, it just spreads to the whole screen and the computer just like I mean I woke up legitimately. I was on my laptop. I must have fallen asleep. I woke up the next day. Obviously, something's I don't know what's happened. I've leaned on the screen or something, but woken up. Yeah,
press record.
it's
No, I'm kidding.
yeah. I was about.
I was like, I was looking. I was like, should I be a cunt right now? Should I do
Dude,
it?
I swear to God, I was gonna say again. We fucking had this last week as well, but it wasn't the
Oh.
same. Yeah.
Just everything. Going wrong.
I've lost my train of thought now,
Well,
but it was a relevant
yeah,
story
just
anyway.
about how crap our laptops are. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it was irrelevant. What we were saying as
One thing
well,
that
like
isn't working right now is my arms. Today, I decided it was a good idea to start lifting weights again. And
you actually did it today.
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
What you got your own weights or what? Are you using just, you know, your mum's boyfriend's weights or what?
No, he didn't have
Who's
weights. No, I got my own weights.
No, your own
Courtesy of the Woo, actually.
Alright.
No, I was like, okay, because mate, like honestly, my arms obviously deflating, turning into flab. So I was like, right,
Yeah.
I got to start building my shoulders and my fucking arms and my back and.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. At least,
my triceps are so sore, like.
yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. When you start again,
Yeah, because the thing is, I usually sort of go up with a sort of smaller weight, and then obviously build.
Yeah.
Up.
I'm gonna be honest. It's been a while since I've trained as well. I mean, like, I know what you're saying.
I went straight in. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not using a smaller weight. Not being a pussy." I pushed through.
No. You gotta start. The best thing to do is start. You don't start at the highest weight.
The thing is, I can handle the higher weight. That's why I was
No.
like, all right, I'm not.
But the idea is to warm up by like do like a smaller weight first. Do however many reps you want to do to warm up.
Yeah, I know. Like, but what it is right. As I thought to myself, I'm capable of lifting this weight, so there's no point being a pussy about it and just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna.
I mean, it's not really being a pussy, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
The thing is, I can lift this weight. I could probably go heavier.
No. I get what you're saying, but like yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Obviously,
because
it's the first time. Yeah,
how many?
You
started
weights.
Today?
No, I started yesterday. Well, technically, like one.
Have you done? What 1 o'clock this morning? You started, yeah.
Yeah, I was like. Well,
you just started. You done a couple reps.
I was like, fuck it, I'll just get it done.
Couple sets. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I pushed myself through though, so.
That's the idea. You got to start somewhere, haven't you?
Yeah, man. Honestly, it's a lot.
So I know what you're saying, but Yeah, mate, it's definitely worth sticking to for sure. Keep getting in shape and whatnot.
Mate, honestly, like I remember when I used to do it on a regular, right? And
Mm.
it felt so nice. Do you know what I mean?
No, I understand completely.
And like
Yeah,
my
100%.
shoulders were getting solid and everything, and I actually felt
Felt
really
good.
good. And
I know, but yeah, for sure, yeah.
then like I stopped, and when I come back to it, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake! The minute I felt my arms sort of starting to, get sort of tired, I was like,
Yeah,
this is gonna hurt tomorrow. I'll tell you that.
yeah, but I like it. I like the pain.
I like the pain. I'm a kinky bastard. No, I like the pain because your arm has done something.
Yeah, yeah,
Because the micro
sure.
tears are there, then don't you? You're not actually done anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't do a
it's
lot.
the
I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, shut it, done like fucking 300 reps. Nah, I didn't do any of that
yeah,
shit.
it's not all that. Yeah.
You gotta work. That's the one thing is I built it up slowly with the smaller weight.
And you got to start somewhere, you know.
Built up with the
That's
smaller weight. I
what's
was like,
about.
alright, I'm building up with the more heavier weight because I can handle it. I can do it. It's fine.
Mhm.
And yeah, I actually did alright yesterday. So I've been
Yeah,
working.
mate. Yeah, for sure. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, man.
I'm training for MMA career, boys.
Yeah, for sure. What were you? There was something you were going to bring up last week as well. Did you want to mention that?
What was
I believe there
specific?
Was
there anything specific?
I think there was like some TV series.
Oh yeah, so the TV series You. I mean, we can get into that in a minute if you want to just have a general chat.
Yeah, we can come back to it because I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah,
So.
no, I just want to talk about it, like how weird it is that you root for the bad guy. It's actually...
The hell was that? Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. So what have you been up to then in the last today? So what time is it right now? Like
11:15.
Is it actually?
Yeah,
Oh wow, okay, that's gone quick.
I haven't been up to anything really. I got really bored about 8 o'clock. No, 8:30.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, I'll put the Arsenal game on, and it was literally just coming to. It was literally just as they scored, because I missed the goal.
United scored
because I went on the live score and it was 2-0 to United. I was like, fuck it, I'll put it on. Next thing, I looked when it was on and it was 2-1. So I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it was it was an entertaining couple. It was an entertaining game. That little I don't know how long it was, like how long the play went, but that period where they scored those goals, that was fun.
See, the problem,
United scored 2 goals within 2 minutes.
Fans, right, is that I have no idea why Arsenal fans get so cocky. Like
every football
Arsenal's previous history, I don't know why Arsenal fans. I'm not obviously one of them guys that are like, yeah, Arsenal's gonna win this game. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna beat us. Arsenal's the best football club in the world. Because it's not. It's not, right? It's not. It's obviously one of the greatest teams in England with a great legacy behind.
It's one of the greatest clubs, you know. It's got the great legacy and whatnot.
It's not. You can't get cocky to the point
where
we got beaten by Tottenham, bro.
Listen, you can say Arsenal are one of the best clubs in the world, but they're not. I wouldn't say they're one of. You can't really say they're anywhere close to being the best team in the world.
Oh, no, definitely not. Like
as a team, no.
They've had great history, but as a team, they're terrible. Like,
as a team, they're not. There's a lot of improvement. A lot of improvement.
Man, honestly,
their attack's good. Don't get me wrong. Like Aubameyang and Lacazette are fucking lethal up there together.
Yeah, do you know? That's what I love. They've worked on that. The defense.
They got a good partnership.
Need to build the defense, man. Like.
Yeah, they definitely do need to get defenders in. Yeah.
They need to spend their money wisely. They've got a new manager. Right, the owner needs to just buck his ideas up, get some proper money.
Well, this is it because the owner pretty much seemingly doesn't give a shit because he owns an NFL team and they just got through to the the Super Bowl, whatever the fuck they do, and he's American. He doesn't give a shit about Arsenal. He doesn't care about football.
Yo, guys, me and Harry are going to start a GoFundMe. The goal is to be about a couple billion.
Rebuild. We'll buy
Arsenal, and we're going to go real build up. So if you're an Arsenal fan, tell your Arsenal fan friends. We're going to set up a GoFundMe, and we're going to go buy Arsenal, and we're going to make.
I feel like Robbie's in secret talks with the higher up the Arsenal.
Man, done Robbie. I love that guy.
Secret Talk, yeah, same. I think he's a great guy.
So
He's fucking hilarious.
He's a great, I don't know, he's a great guy that you could base a religion on. You know what I mean?
I feel like he'd just be such a sound guy to just fucking have a beer with or something, you know, just have a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty calm guy.
I mean, the comment sections when he interviewed
Even though
Mia
he's an
Khalifa
Arsenal fan.
was fucking hilarious.
I didn't see that. I heard about it though.
Well, she's apparently, I think, by the looks of the comments, she's known for taking some, let's just
I never
say,
would have known.
black gentleman on the old porn website.
Yeah.
So there was obviously a lot of comments about BBC, you know, big black cocks and all of this, right? There was one comment that stood out, right? It was the perfect comment which said.
Did you just air kiss the?
Yeah, beautiful, right?
Over a YouTube comment. Okay, go. Yeah, what was it?
So, obviously, the BBC in England stands for British Broadcasting Corporation.
British Broadcasting. Yeah,
right.
Sure.
And because of all of these comments about BBC, she took a BBC and all of this, right? There was one comment that just said, "Hold on a minute, this has nothing to do with the British Broadcasting Corporation," and I applaud you, my friend. It was such an amazing comment amongst the whole the fact that Robbie had fucked Mia Khalifa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just, it was the best thing ever, and it made my day. It actually cheered me up that day. Like them comments made my day. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh God, Robbie and Mia Khalifa. Yeah, for sure.
The king and queen of Arsenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although she's a West Ham fan because of Green Street.
No, yeah, I really don't give a shit, to be honest.
I don't know. It was a great time.
Why is she on that channel though? Why is she on the Arsenal Fan TV? How does she get on there? Like, I guess. I mean, that's. Don't get me wrong, but the pub. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking smart. It's a smart move from Robbie because, let's face it. I mean, I guarantee that got like what fucking.
Apparently,
how many? I get like 700, 800
She doesn't
views.
allow her porn career to be brought up. Like she's known
for
something else.
I mean, yeah, but everybody knows who the fuck. Everybody knows what she's fucking famous for. Like, you know, like, you can bring. You don't have to bring it up. Everybody
she'll
knows.
She'll never bring up anything like, oh,
I say everyone knows. I mean,
what was the worst moment in your porn career? She won't talk about any of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
she's
what do you,
like,
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say.
Quit, but
she's
like,
not. I guess she just doesn't want to be like. Probably just she wants to try and get out of it and try and build a name for it. I don't know, dude. I really don't know.
The problem is, right, is that Robbie he described her as a West Ham fan instead, and everyone was like, "Why are you calling her a West Ham fan? She is an ex-porn star. She's not anything other than an ex-porn star."
Oh no, I 100% agree, but she's obviously one of those people who like think she's fucking better than what. I mean, I don't want to sound like a dick, but she obviously thinks
she's scum. No.
No, but she obviously thinks she's like some sort of fucking businesswoman or some shit, you know? It's like
you're an influencer or anything like that because you're literally a porn star. Like,
no, yeah, I 100%
agree with you. If I made a bunch of
you.
porn films, alright, people knew my name from porn. I'm a porn star.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You can't just be like, oh, you did a bunch of porn, you've been smashed by hundreds of guys, alright?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
You quit porn and you become this sort of internet sort of famous person, internet celebrity basically, and then claim that there's actually more to talk about than your porn career. Like,
the thing is, mate, you can't erase that anyway because it's on the fucking internet for everyone to see.
You never erase your career.
I guarantee she's done some disgusting shit as well. And I swear people are going to say, you know, I'm not judging. People will assume that, like, you know, like I watch her shit. I do. I watch porn, but I don't. I go honestly, I haven't watched any of Mia Khalifa's videos, and that is not a lie. Like hand on heart, I'm just not. She's not really my type. Like, so it's like I know she done a video with a fucking hijab though, and she got death threats for it. Like that's pretty. That's kind of like.
If you type in Mia Khalifa on Pornhub, like. That is probably the most popular video that will come up.
What, hijab?
Yeah, the fact she's in a hijab. I think that's kind of disrespectful, to be honest.
let's be real. She's meant to be what? Is she a Muslim?
Yeah,
Well, obviously not.
I think
Obviously
she's
not now,
Arabic.
but
I know she's Arabic. I think
I know
that's
she.
what was the appeal was that she was this Arabian porn star.
Was she like basically the people were saying like, yo, you just disrespected our cult. Like, you know, I'm not being funny, but like, obviously, you
can't
know,
wear a hijab,
I'm not.
right, and say, oh, I'm a Muslim, that's why I wear it, and do porn.
I mean, you can't act surprised when the fucking people are gonna become. We know how like there's a lot of like, you know, they're very. These people take their religion seriously, ain't a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously they're gonna be very fucking very unhappy about that.
I understand why they.
I mean, it's not. You can say right. Oh, it's not right. It's not right. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. Listen. Let me say that what I'm trying to say here is that you can't be surprised at how they reacted about it. Let's be real. You can't act like that's that.
No, I'm not surprised.
You can't seriously be surprised, people.
I'm not being funny enough, but there are countries literally based on this religion.
I mean, let's be real. Fucking Saudi Arabia and shit.
Saudi Arabia's laws are practically based on the religion, right? So this religion isn't no joke.
I believe. I don't want to. Obviously, I'm gonna sound ignorant as fuck if it's not the case, but they are under Sharia law, correct? Saudi Arabia.
Hey, honestly, I don't know what that means. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I know it's a load of bollocks. All right. That's what.
It's basically a Muslim law. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
All right. But like you see all these Catholic schoolgirls, nuns, and all of this, right? Christians aren't going to be as offended because they don't take their religion as seriously.
No. Honestly, I disagree. I feel like Christians take it as seriously as anyone else. It's just that nobody, like, if you're non-Christian, you couldn't care less because you can say anything about Christians. Let's be real. Like, I guarantee there's there's fucking porn like based on God and Jesus. That's how fucked up like these. You couldn't do that to like a Muslim religion or another religion, but you know I'm not a Christian, but I'm not gonna pretend that there's not biases. Like Christians, you can say whatever the hell you want about Christians. If you even think about insulting like the Jewish religion, or not even insulting, because that's not even the right phrase. If you think about expressing a view on the Jewish religion or a Muslim religion, I'm not saying any religion. You don't even think about echoing those words on online or in person or whatever, because you won't be allowed to say it. But if you want to talk shit about Christianity, you can say whatever the fuck you want. I mean,
the thing is, right? Even I know some great Muslim people out there, right?
I don't know any religious person as far as I know, and I don't give a shit. But I'm not going to pretend that there's not biases towards Christians and shit. Let's be fucking honest.
Oh no, it's ridiculous. They are
fair enough. Fair enough if like you haven't seen it and stuff. Like, well, other people haven't seen it, but I have seen it, and that's what I'm saying because I know what I've seen and shit.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like they are disrespected, but obviously they're not as taken as seriously.
Oh, they don't get taken seriously at all.
And the thing is, right, is like
they're a joke in 29. Christianity is a modern day joke.
Arabic. Alright, I'm not gonna be horrible, or I'm not being horrible, but this is my genuine opinion. Like,
go ahead.
If she listens, she may be offended and try and insult me, but at the end of the day,
that's fine.
Right?
You have an opinion, bro.
Right. At the end of the day, I'm not judging her for doing porn. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want. Your body. Whatever,
yeah, it's not my problem.
Right.
Yeah.
She's not, in my eyes, she's not a very attractive person. Like her face isn't very attractive. The only thing she seems to be known for is the size of her tits, right? I've never understood that whole, she's known for the size of her tits. You can't base someone's like, porn career based on the size of their tits. And also, right,
you know what?
She's not that good looking. And the thing that sort of wowed everyone was the fact that she was this Arabic girl, right, who went into pornography. Yeah.
Yeah.
She literally defied her whole entire religion, by doing this, and I think that's what the appeal came from. But the thing is, the fact she did a porn video in a hijab, a religious, I'm pretty sure a hijab is something to do with their religion, right?
It's very it's just
right? Whether you think it's oppressive to women or a lot of Muslims say, it makes me feel
whatever you can say. Right? No, listen, you can say what you want.
At the end of the day, right, the fact that she did that was so disrespectful. I have no idea how people still even like her.
I'm not surprised.
She quits porn. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's been on like Twitch and all of this bollocks, and maybe she does a bit of gaming and
Jesus Christ.
Maybe she's now a football fan, but you can't be like, oh yeah, she's known
Well,
for her.
basically, she's where the headlines are at.
Yeah, she's an internet celebrity because she's been in fucking videos where she gets smashed by guys.
Yeah.
So the fact that she's too up herself to even talk about her own career just shows you're not anything unless you actually make yourself something. What is Mia? If you said to someone, who is Mia Khalifa? What are they going to say to you? She's a porn star. No one's going to go, oh yeah, she's an influencer. No, you can't.
What is that? What's a fucking influencer?
Bro, do you know what? I don't even. An influencer is basically just someone online who people follow and like adore and.
So you could, I mean, an influencer is fucking anyone. Adolf Hitler was a fucking influencer. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, all right, Jesus.
You know what I'm saying?
Jump, but no, like, it's like someone like.
You know what I mean?
Jake Paul. You know, someone that makes content for someone else, essentially.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, sure, she's an influencer. She made content for the lonely men that have to masturbate over her material.
Okay, yeah.
But like, she's not. I don't get it.
I mean,
I don't get why she doesn't talk about her own porn career.
Yeah, honestly, I don't give a fuck about her.
That's not the only thing she's known for. That's the only thing that people give a shit about her. Like,
honestly, I don't care about her.
Away from that sort of name for herself, she needs to do something other than, oh, I'm a West Ham fan. Out of all the fucking teams, right, you would have been more liked if you chose bloody Tottenham. You would have been more liked, right, if you went, oh yeah, I like Chelsea, I like Manchester City, I like Manchester United.
We don't need any more plastic fans at our club, mate. Thank you very much.
Fucking West Ham, bro. To be fair, West Ham aren't that bad of a team anymore. But
she's just picked out a random fucking team. Like, I don't know why people are
because of Green Street.
Oh,
like,
honestly,
I know why she liked them, because they have that really cool song. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's the only reason. That's probably the only reason she liked it. And like,
I mean, like, how many supposed West Ham fans watched Green Street and then were like, oh, I support West Ham? You know, we've heard it a million times. But bro, like, anyway, man, like, I'm done
Green
talking
Street,
about this.
Right?
No, I love Green Street, but whatever.
I
like,
love West Ham because of it.
No, but you know, like fucking foreigners and shit who don't know anything about. When I say foreigners, I'm not talking about like. I'm talking.
Yeah, he's not talking
about Americans.
He's not talking about like, oh, these fucking foreigners.
I was talking about Americans.
Yeah, to be honest, that's the same with like me and NFL. If I was
Americans
getting an NFL team, I'd have to choose an NFL team that I like the look.
Yeah, I exactly. You don't know. I couldn't give a fuck about NFL. I don't know shit about it.
I was kind of an Eagles fan originally because.
Alright, you kept going through that little phase of like wanting to get into NFL, didn't you? A while. I could never get into it. I literally have no passion for that sport whatsoever.
Because the thing is, I can't go onto the Eagles because I had friends that supported.
No, yeah, I remember. Yeah,
that's how you sort of support a football team. Is your family or whatever brings you up to bring like they.
Well, that's usually how they end up doing it, don't they? People have this weird thing in it. I think the UK is a bit weird though, because like it's like they're fucking creepy. The way they do it. Like,
I love our segues, man. Just football, Mia Khalifa. NFL.
Football, Mia Khalifa, back to NFL, back to football again. You know.
Real football.
But I mean, you know, we were going to discuss real football. Don't talk to me about that hand egg shit. Seriously.
Bro, when people call it soccer, I just want to smack them so hard.
You know what though? In all fairness, the British actually created the name soccer. So not only did they steal that, not only did they steal.
But it's called football. That's the thing.
No, yeah.
It's literally called football because, right.
Logically.
Alright, okay. Americans, alright, before you go, oh, it's not real football, it's soccer, right, listen, actually
it's not football, it's soccer.
This, right, and then answer me. How can you say that it's not football when the only person that can pick up the ball is the goalkeeper or someone that's doing a throw-in?
I feel like everyone knows.
You get punished if you handball, right? You get punished for it, because the only thing you can do is use your fucking feet and your head for a header, right?
Yeah. And your chest
what does American football do? They do kicks now and then, but what does it mostly do? It's the quarterback that runs along the fucking thing. Where's the ball? In his hands.
How 100%.
That football.
100%. Yeah.
Right?
How is that ain't football?
Right, call it football. But call
It's
it
not football, man.
American football. Don't call
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
call football soccer and then argue with us about why it's called soccer. Why is it called
Yeah.
soccer? Why is it not called football? We kick the fucking ball. Football was created before American
I feel
football,
like
I'm pretty sure.
anyone, it was, I believe. I feel like everyone with a fucking brain cell who actually looks at the sport will realise that it is football. I mean, obviously, we know Americans call it whatever they want, but we know it is football.
Refuse to say the word. Whatever they want.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, no,
Like
you
in
know,
America,
I know the
they're
UK
so
did actually
dedicated
come
to
up with the word
they're
soccer.
so dedicated to calling it soccer, right? Because their FIFA game is literally called FIFA Soccer.
FIFA soccer, yeah.
Like, I respect those Americans
Yeah, we don't have that.
that actually call it football.
Yeah, there's a few. A lot of them like they actively make sure to do it. If you speak to like football fans on Twitter or whatever, or you know, if you have an interaction with someone from another country, from the US or whatever, or Canada, I notice a lot of the time they'll actively make sure they call it football because they feel like they'll get an extra few brownie points with you or whatever. But
Yeah.
or
So
you know, with the UK
Americans
fans,
right. If an American girl said to me, "Oh, I'm a football fan," I go, "What do you mean NFL?" She goes, "No, football, like Chelsea, Arsenal." I would marry her on the spot.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
fuck the word soccer. It makes me cringe, and it makes me want to snap this hairbrush in half that I've got in my hands for no reason.
Soccer.
Soccer, bro.
Yeah.
It's called soccer. No, it's
Yeah.
football.
And you know what else? When they say that if you score a goal, they're like, "Hey, 1 point." Nah, no. I'm sorry.
It's not 1 point. It's a goal.
1-0, one goal, and then at the end of the game, you either come out with 1 point on a draw or 3 points if you win the game. That's not, you know what I mean. But anyway, man. But oh shit, there was something that I did want to. I did want to do this with you. I was gonna do this with you and obviously the main man himself, Daniel Borden, aka Daniel Driver.
That's the double.
We were gonna do this. Yeah,
future face of the WWE.
Mr. Double D, the future face of WWE. Absolutely, he's training. He's in training, and he's gonna be there one day. But anyway, we do a show on my channel, Wrestling 101, a little podcast, and we were gonna get you on there. We were gonna do a little prediction show, but unfortunately that can't be due to some things. He's busy, and it's 2 days till the Rumble. So I thought, fuck it, why don't me and you do some predictions on this show? And it's gonna be pretty funny. Obviously, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be there now.
That's all I know from as an outsider. John Cena's gonna win.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it'd be funny to do from my perspective. Obviously, I know a lot more.
Who's currently in the sort of? Who's currently got the main sort of story at the moment? Cause
the main story. Okay.
Last time I watched WWE, the main story was literally CM Punk and his whole edginess and.
Yeah, that's not. No, yeah, that's a long time ago now.
Exactly,
Yeah,
I haven't watched since.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really give you I can't really go through all the 5 years, but like, there's not really a whole lot going on, honestly. Everything now is like the thing with WWE is they don't really give a fuck. Like Vince McMahon doesn't give a shit. Every storyline's a means to an end. Like a lot of the stuff going on now is just like shit that they're trying to do to get out of the way, so they want to get prepared for WrestleMania and stuff. So. Honestly, mate, I don't really know. Like, there's not really a main storyline.
What's the main rivalry then? What's the biggest rivalry?
I guess it's not really a main. I mean, the thing is, it's all subjective. But if you're asking me, like, what's the main rivalry? I guess it obviously have to be for the main belt. So it'll be like Brock Lesnar and Finn Balor, and obviously Daniel Bryan and AJ for the WWE title. So and this Finn Balor Brock Lesnar shit isn't even like a rivalry. It's like he literally won a match on Monday, like 2 weeks ago. It was either a week or two ago to become the #1 contender. So it's not like there's a lot of storylines.
See, just a heads up, right? If you guys think I'm gonna have a massive thing to say about WWE. I'm not. I'm an outsider to the WWE. So
yeah, he's not. He's a casual fan. He's a casual fan.
Please don't be offended if I say something stupid.
Yeah.
I respect everyone. Like, I'm not gonna like diss the WWE. I'm not one of them people.
Well, it's not like don't. Hey, listen. don't pretend that you don't kind of like it. You
I
know?
like it. I love it, man. I love the idea. The thing is,
Yeah,
like,
but he's not. Yeah, you don't follow it every week, and you're
the
not.
thing
You know,
is,
you're
like,
not up to date.
the
Yeah, yeah.
storylines are what I like. I don't like when
Yeah.
people actually believe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
Where they
to an extent.
where they literally, like, I don't know. But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's wrestling entertainment.
Mm. Yeah.
So that's
Well,
that's the
yeah.
one reason that I'll always stick up for WWE when people give it shit
Yeah.
for being fake. The
Yeah,
wrestling is real. The dangerous moves are real, but some of them obviously have some safety procedures within your moves. So, like, and
Yeah.
but there's a storyline along with the wrestling.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
There's
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to get down on these predictions then? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Daniel Bryan, how's he doing at the moment? Because I know he basically became the face. Of the
No. He turned heel. Obviously, that
Oh.
means, you know, he used to be a face, which is like, you know, a fan favorite, turned into a heel. Daniel Bryan is incredible. He's so talented. It's not even funny. He's so passionate about what he does as well. It's so obvious.
I
Like,
know he's.
he doesn't.
I've
He
seen a lot
cares.
about
He loves wrestling so much.
I know
Like,
he
it's
cares
so.
about his
I mean,
fans as well.
yeah. But like, just pro wrestling itself, you can see how much he loves it, and I have to respect. I respect any man that, like, you know, who, when it comes to, like, you know, if you have a passion and you work so hard for it, I guess, and you can just see that in him.
Yeah,
Like,
I hope so. Yeah, because
he dedicates his you know, he dedicates everything to the character that he's currently portraying. And the character's really, really entertaining. He's like a villainous vegan. Like, I mean, it sounds shit, but like, I can't describe it. So in other words, just a vegan.
That's how downhill the WWE's come now. The villain is a villainous vegan, guys.
All right, so let me. Okay, so I've just buried him in that one statement.
No, see,
I mean, I'm not doing it any justice.
I don't.
Like, as a character.
It's like, isn't that
as a
what
character.
it is? It's what makes me laugh is the fact that you add the word vegan. It's as if they forced a vegan into WWE, as to appeal to a certain audience.
Yeah, but the idea is, like, he's very against, like, he's morally, his morals, like, are conflicted. You know, he's kind of deluded now as well. Like, he's just, it's such a great character he's playing. It really is. Like, yeah, I'm enjoying him. I'm really enjoying Daniel Bryan. But yeah, man, do you want to do?
The only
Do you want to?
enjoying is John Cena, and that's because he does good movies. To be honest, he's a good actor. That's literally the only wrestler I ever keep up with. Oh, and The Rock. I love The Rock. He's got great movies.
You keep up with them?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I keep up with The Rock because I think The Rock is just he's a very inspirational person.
But when you say, you don't mean like, so like, you don't ever check, so if I was to ask you about like Seth Rollins or something, you wouldn't have a clue, right?
No, I know.
You wouldn't know what he's
about
up to.
Him and Dean turning on him. I know that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Because it's Roman, man. I gotta keep up with Roman and his friends, like.
Yeah. Roman and his friends. Listen, don't tell. I see. Oh my! You know what? You know, you made a massive. No, hold on, because you've just done something there, and you're not going to understand the significance of what you've just done. Any wrestling fan watching this, let me just explain. This man right here, he's a casual fan. Did you notice what he said just there? Roman and his friends. So it's correct. It is correct. These people, they tune into WWE. You put Seth and Dean with Roman, it does come across that way. Roman is, you know, they're Roman's bitches. As much as I love the Shield, and I fucking do love the Shield, always will, but when, you know, that's what they've been turned into, they weren't on the same level anymore. Even, you know, it's obvious that, you know, Roman was like the main man, he was the leader of the group and shit, and them two were, you know, his bitches in a way. That was in the last year. I'm not talking about obviously not throughout the whole of the Shield, but like, through the last year, that's pretty much how it was. Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out, because you're not even like, you're a more or less casual fan, and even you know the score. Roman was the man in 2018 in the Shield. It wasn't an equal group. It was.
Yeah. because it's
But
because he was made face, wasn't he? He was basically.
well, Roman Reigns, he was the whole face of the whole company, yeah. So.
See, the thing is, right? For those who don't know me personally, Roman Reigns is the guy that I would
Marry,
I
whatever.
would marry that guy. The thing is, like,
No, who wouldn't?
if
I
you
mean,
follow me on Twitter, you know, I have hinted about Roman Reigns before when I said that is it wrong for me
Hinted
to
about.
wanna have Roman Reigns hold me while we eat ice cream? It's like that's literally my dream in life. Is just to have Roman Reigns hold me with his big tattooed arms, just
That would be
holding me
pretty
close.
heavenly, yeah.
And just maybe feeling his hair touching the back of my head or something like that. That's my life. That is my dream, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I may
yeah.
not be a hardcore wrestling fan, but I will have
Yeah.
you know I will fuck a wrestler.
You're a slut, basically.
I'm a slut.
Yeah.
That's
You're a
all I
ring rat.
watch wrestling for is the hot men.
You're a ring rat, like, you know, back in the 90s. You hang around like the wrestlers in the locker room and shit. You know?
Back in the day when I had to hide how I really felt, I used to just watch the Divas. And now,
Yeah, back in the day when, like, you know, when it was a little bit more, very conservative and stuff like that.
Right. And nowadays, all I want is to get hugged by Roman Reigns.
Nowadays, your mum happily takes you to Pride every year. You know, it's different. But yeah, man, should we just get straight into these
just
predictions?
a heads up, I'm not actually.
Yeah, to all the women out there, he really wants, you know, he wants you to know that. He wants you to know that he's not.
I'm a roundabout, ladies. No, I'm actually a straight white male, so I have never been oppressed in my life.
Straight.
But,
oh, shut the fuck up, you piece of shit. Anyway, let's get on with this.
But when it comes to Roman Reigns, okay, like, there's a man crush. I have a man crush on Roman Reigns, but then there's...
Yeah, I do. Everyone does.
How can you not want to be hugged by Roman Reigns? How can you not want to be held at night?
We get it, man. The guy's a fucking but I call him a genius. He's a god. He's a god.
When like something bad happens, you just want to like, Roman, I need a hug, and he hugs
you. You do want him. Do you want him to run to him and just have him wrap you up?
Sweaty talking about this. All right, let's move on. Okay.
Yeah, let's take a little swerve. Let's jump into these predictions, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, man. So I want to get straight into this. I'm going to bring up. I've got the matches here. So obviously you don't know. You're not going to know a whole lot, but I don't know if this is the whole card. I'm pretty sure it is. We got the women's Royal Rumble. I don't know if you know any women. Like, you probably do, but you like, you know, who do you think's going to win the women's Royal Rumble? Just pick anyone. Fuck it. So I can read out. I can read out a couple of names. All right. So you got obviously Natalia, Bailey, Ember Moon, Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, Mandy Rose, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, I believe. I don't actually know, not Becky Lynch. Naomi, Tamina, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay. You know the names. So who do you think? Do you know any of the women like at all?
What was the first one you said? Natalie. Was it Natalie?
Natalia.
Natalia, that's the one.
Natalia.
I know of her. I don't know the others. I used to know some divas because I was a little pervert back in the day.
They don't even, for sure. They've rebranded the whole division now. They don't even call them divas anymore. They're trying to put them on. They're trying to put them on the same pedestal as the men. Like, but they don't. They're not actually trying to. It's all like.
I don't want to be offensive to women's wrestlers, but I think 90% of the fan base of wrestling don't find them as entertaining as they do just.
The hardcore fans will argue to the death with you. They really try and make it out like that. You know, the women are the most. They try, if anything, better than the men. But I agree with you, to be honest. I think casual fans, they're not. You know.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not the same as it was. Don't get me wrong. They're
female wrestlers.
They're a hell of. It's like that. They're talented. They're very, very, very talented. There's a lot of fucking good female wrestlers and stuff.
Yeah, like big.
But I'm saying they're not. The storylines and shit. They're just not on the same fucking level. Obviously, the likes of Becky Lynch and stuff is very entertaining. She's better than a lot of the men though. As a character, she is better than a lot of the men. Like she is an entertaining character. But if we're being real, you know, the storylines they're not there. They're really just not there.
Oh, sorry, I know Paige.
So
I know Paige, but that's for a different reason.
Paige, yeah, she's. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that I think fucking Oh, I don't know. Charlotte Flair's gonna win. That's what I'll say.
Um,
Honestly, I don't really give a
do you
shit, to
know,
be honest.
I'll make a complete guess, and if I get it right, I'll
Yeah,
get a
yeah, I
complete
don't care. I'm
point.
guessing as well.
I'll go with you. I guess I'll trust your instinct over
Yeah,
mine.
I feel like she probably will win. But anyway, yeah, let's jump into the men's Royal Rumble now. This is one where
This is time to
I'm looking
shine.
forward. I'm looking forward to this one. I feel like it's going to be either Drew or Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre. I'm going to say Drew. I think Drew McIntyre is going to win.
Well, I know, aren't they done with Seth now? Like, sort of hype wise.
You mean like the hype wise?
Yeah.
No, I feel like he's. To be honest, it's hard to read with them, because there's a lot of conflicting reports coming out saying, like you'll read one day that he's going to be the next face of the company, and then you read the other day that he's just,
Isn't
he's
he
not
like?
going to
Didn't
be.
he sort of? He was the underdog for a little bit, wasn't he? Like, kind of
He,
pushed down
yeah,
because they
yeah.
wanted him to sort of push his way
Throughout
up,
2018,
right?
yeah,
Push his
yeah.
way up
But
to
he was
top.
the IC, so he had a really good. He had a good little. He had a good 2018. I think he was the Intercontinental Champion twice. I think two or three. I think it was twice.
Well,
He had a
because I love
he
my
had some
good old
great
Seth.
matches, great matches.
Because I love my good old Seth, I'll say Seth.
Okay, that's cool. So you go Seth, I'll go Drew. Honestly, I want Seth to win, but I feel like Drew. I would be happy with Drew as well. So they're both fucking great, but Seth is my man, like my number one. I better say something, but it gets banned. Then my guy.
Me and Harry were gonna go on double dates with Roman and Seth. He was gonna have Seth.
Yeah,
I was gonna have Roman.
yeah, for sure.
That's
gonna
our
happen
dream.
one day. We'll get to that point. Don't
That's our
worry.
dream,
Maybe
bro.
in our dreams. Maybe in a new life, in the next
Maybe
life.
they'll
But
invent technology where we can be in each other's dreams and control them.
yeah.
And
I
then
wouldn't probably happen one day.
yeah,
probably out there now.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll go
freak
Drew.
out
You
there.
go Seth.
Yeah, I'll go with Seth.
All right, Universal title match. You got Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. This wasn't even meant to be the match. It was supposed to be Brock
I know
versus
Lesnar.
Braun.
I don't know the other guy.
Finn Balor. People think a lot of people are getting hyped, thinking that Finn Balor's gonna win. Not a chance. Brock's gonna beat this fucker. I like Finn. I like Finn. He's great.
Brock's
they're
a
not gonna
big
have-
guy.
Yeah, they're not having Finn Balor beat Lesnar. I'm sorry, it's not happening.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Brock. All right, next we got the Raw Women's title match. We got Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks. A lot of reports coming out that apparently Ronda Rousey's going to be done with the company after WrestleMania. So, yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that. I don't know if I believe it or not, but I like Ronda Rousey. A lot of people give her shit. Like a lot of the hardcore
Ronda
fans
Rousey,
don't like her
she's
at
gonna
all.
win. I know she is.
I don't understand why a lot of the hardcore fans don't like her.
I mean, she's
I
she's a
understand
good-looking
because
woman. She's got a
she's an
funny
outsider.
personality when it comes.
She's
to
an outsider. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I love Ronda Rousey. I really, I just think she's great. Yeah. Ronda's gonna win without a doubt. SmackDown Women's Title match: Asuka versus.
Yeah, but don't the WWE basically eat her ass, right?
Yeah, they do. They do. I
That's
guess.
why I think she's gonna win because she's this big new face that everyone loves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're right. Obviously, yeah. You're right. Yeah, for sure. I feel like she'll win. Okay, so next we got the SmackDown Women's Title match, and that's Asuka versus Becky Lynch. This is kind of a tough one because I feel like they're going to do the Mania triple threat with Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda. So I'm going to go Asuka here. I feel like she's going to retain the title. I don't know who she'll face at WrestleMania,
It's
but
one of these things where I say I'll just trust your instinct as well.
yeah, we'll go Becky. Sorry, Asuka, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we got the US title match. This is the kickoff show. Rusev versus Shinsuke. I'm not going to waste time talking about it. Rusev's going to win. Rusev v Shinsuke Nakamura for the US title.
Rusev I know of because I fought him in WWE 2K15, but
Yeah.
I kicked the shit out of him. fuck
He's
knows,
evolved a
man.
hell of a lot in the last three or 4 years.
I know, because I've seen a lot of stuff about him on Twitter.
He's very, very popular now.
I'd have to say him then, yeah, because he's sort of evolved.
Yeah. Okay. Cruiserweight title. This is a fatal 4-way. We've got Buddy Murphy, who's the champion, versus Kalisto versus Akira Tozawa versus Hideo Itami. I do like everyone in this match. I do like Murphy's great, Kalisto's great, Akira Tozawa and Hideo Itami are all great. They're all great. I like them all, but I feel like Buddy Murphy's going to retain the title. I can't remember when he actually won it now, but yeah, I don't really see Kalisto winning. Akira Tozawa, he's already been champion. He's got like no momentum, I'm pretty sure. Hideo Itami I do like, but I just don't see the point in changing it. I don't see the point in switching the title up. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, probably.
I think Bradley.
I don't really know.
Yeah. Okay. SmackDown Tag Team Title match. We've got the Bar, which consists of Cesaro and Sheamus, who are the tag team champions, and they're gonna come up. They're gonna face the Miz and Shane McMahon. Yeah, I think this is pretty obvious.
Not Shane
yeah.
McMahon, the other guys.
The Bar. Okay.
Yeah. See,
I'm gonna go with Miz and Shane.
Speaking of, what's his name? What's his fucking
Sheamus.
name? Sheamus. I actually watched a video of him and John Cena the other day on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I know. Yeah, the Celtic Warrior workout stuff. Yeah.
Quite weird
Yeah,
to see them
so-
sort of out that atmosphere, really.
Yeah, I know. So they've had a lot. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's cool. It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So WWE title match: Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. This is a tough one, man.
Yeah,
because
see, even I know it's a tough one because I know AJ is really popular at the moment.
AJ is the man, man. He is the man. Daniel Bryan's the man as
It's one of them.
well. Both
It's one
they're
of them
both
ones
legendary.
where you
wrestlers.
want them both to win, but only one does. So it's kind of like.
And it's also
It's a
tough as well because
bittersweet
Vince.
ending.
It's tough as well because Vince McMahon. I really don't know what, because obviously everything comes down to him, and I really don't know who he'd choose to win. I really don't know who he's going to want to go into Mania as the champ.
He's not a
It's either
he's not
Daniel.
a big of a fan of Daniel Bryan, though, is he?
Well, that's it, innit? But then again, like he seems to like AJ, but AJ isn't the typical guy who Vince would get
'Cause
behind.
didn't,
But he
like,
seems to
Stephanie
really be
McMahon
behind
and
Styles.
Triple H essentially abused Daniel Bryan throughout his career.
Yeah, that was the on-screen story. Like that was back in like 2013. I think it's pretty well known that Vince doesn't care. Like obviously he let's face it. You know, everyone knows Vince. He prefers the big. He'll take Braun Strowman over Daniel Bryan, is what I'm trying to say.
He likes the big guys, doesn't he?
Yeah. But I feel like they've earned his respect. I mean, they're both these two are some of the best wrestlers in the whole world. So you can't not respect them. I mean, if you know anything about wrestling, and obviously Vince does, and I feel like he definitely respects them. But obviously they're not his typical sort of they're not as typical guys he likes. But it's difficult because I don't know if they're going to put the belt back on AJ because he's been a 2-time champion now, held the title for I think it was over a year. So yeah, it's going to be hard. I don't know if they're going to put Daniel. They're going to have Daniel win and go to WrestleMania with the belt, or they're going to have AJ win and then maybe lose it at WrestleMania to someone. I'm going to go ahead and say
what's the event now?
Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble.
Okay, yeah.
So the Mania's in April. I'm going to go ahead and say Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I'd say Daniel Bryan too.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's that done, mate. We've done the predictions.
Oh damn! We've actually
damn.
a segment that we planned to do.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
We got through it. We got through it.
We got there eventually. Yeah, no, all right. The last Royal Rumble I watched was it The Rock versus CM Punk?
When he won the belt from Punk, yeah.
Yeah, because John Cena was being a tit as a ref.
Nah, I don't think that there was a special guest referee, but
or the ref got knocked
yeah.
out or something.
Yeah, I think the Shield in it. I'm pretty sure the Shield the Shield got involved, and then they restarted the match, and The Rock won. It was bullshit, but you know.
Yeah, I think that was sort of when I was like, oh, do you know what? Fuck off. I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
Like, Do you know how hard that was for me to accept that I was pissed off at Roman for the first
You
time?
used to fucking love CM Punk.
Bro,
Like,
I
you,
love CM Punk.
yeah,
I
you're a
love the
big CM
underdog,
Punk fan.
man. I love the underdog, and
Yeah, for
in
sure.
my opinion, he's just one of the best in the world because of his charisma and his love for wrestling. He put up with
Honestly,
so much abuse for just
yeah,
for the
for
fact
sure.
that he loved wrestling so much. And
I feel like he's a maverick because he
is.
he's
Not a
his
Logan
own
Paul
guy.
fan, a maverick. You know, someone that is completely different to everyone else.
Yeah, and he
Unique.
doesn't. He does things his way. Like he doesn't fucking give a shit if you disagree with him or if you disrespect him. He just doesn't care. You know, it's not. He'll do what he wants to do, and a lot of people, and I honestly respect the fucking hell out of him for stepping into the cage.
Yeah, no. See,
I don't give a shit what people say. I respect the hell out of him
with
for doing
my friend Oscar. He was like, "Oh yeah, you see, my friend Oscar Croft. Shout out to him."
And let me just say this: I feel like it's pretty funny how I think it says it all. Anyone with a brain can realize it says it all when, you get guys online and shit saying this guy's a bitch and this guy got knocked out and stuff. But I feel like it says it all. At the end of the day, who's the one in the cage?
Mate, even
it's
UFC
him.
Fighters respect him because the fact he's like what 30 something and he.
Listen, let me just say this: who's the at the end of the day? Who's the bigger pussy here? Who's the bitch really?
Yeah,
the man who got inside the cage to fight.
Yeah, literally, that's what people say to these people. Like,
or the guy that's sitting behind a computer, putting fucking laugh. Yeah.
Into the cage.
The guy that's sitting behind the computer putting laughing emojis, trying to come up with some witty joke to get retweets and likes. I'm going to go ahead and say that CM Punk's probably the man out of those two.
I respect CM. I respect what he's done, but I do think he needs to give it up.
What do you mean, UFC?
Yeah, I think he should just.
I don't know what he's done. I think he's left and he's not fighting anymore, right? I don't know.
I think he's in the decision phase. I'm not sure.
Honestly, man, it's whatever he does, I respect. But like, I don't want him to get really. I don't want to see him get like fucking like seriously injured because he got fucked up pretty bad in the last two fights. I think. Honestly, I don't think I watched him. No, sorry, I watched the first fight. I don't think I watched this. I didn't watch the second fight.
Yeah,
I don't remember hearing. I don't remember much. If I heard anything about it or what, but I know he got. I know. I did hear. He got kind. He got to give it to him pretty much. He did get banged or whatever, but.
Yeah, speaking of UFC, man, I've fallen in love with UFC recently.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I used to be. I've been on and off over the years, so I've always liked it, but.
I just
love. Little phases.
I love the violence. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me recently, but I just love.
I
love knockouts, man. I love watching knockouts.
Get my charger.
And like, I literally love just watching like a UFC fight with a knockout at the end. Like, it's got to be a satisfying knockout. It can't be where they hit them twice, they fall over, hit them a couple more times, and then they're gone. It's got to be like I saw some like fucking roundhouse kicks and shit. They're the sort of knockouts I love watching. I love watching them. It's so satisfying just seeing some, especially when they're a cocky little bastard. That's what I love about the UFC is when a cocky bastard gets properly knocked out. Because like, the knockouts are so much more spectacular. Boxing is amazing because they got great knockouts, but UFC has some spectacular knockouts. Like things like, oh, sorry about that. I think Harry actually hung up. Oh shit! I better accept his call then. Hold on a sec, guys. It says he's not calling me. Oh, there we go. Well, you fucked up there. Oh, I was connecting, guys. Anyway, yeah. So they have some. He hung up. Never mind. Let me just give him a call real quick. Told you, technical issues, man. This is the shit that we have to deal with. This is the shit we have to deal with. There we go.
Good. We good?
Yeah.
Still on?
Fucking hell. Nah, I was just letting them know this is the kind of shit that we've had to deal with.
So I walk downstairs and this is literally what happens.
Yeah, you just walk somewhere and like, just like your laptop shuts down. Like what? The fuck?
It's fucking pathetic, mate. It's no explanation. Anyway.
Yeah, no.
Where were
we? I was saying I was saying about like UFC. What I love about it is like when a cocky bastard gets knocked out, because right, boxing has great knockouts, but UFC has spectacular knockouts. Do you know what I mean? Because you can
UFC
kick.
has fucking
Like, I love watching like a kick in the head and they get knocked the fuck out, and it's just it's satisfying just seeing their foot connect and then them dropping like a sack of shit. Oh mate, it gets me tingling. Do you know what I mean? It's amazing.
Yeah. Funnily enough that you mentioned that, because I've just seen something pop up here. Yeah, there's an ad, right? Ultra MMA in Watford, and it's learn MMA with 8 weeks free training, fight in a cage at a huge event. Raise money for Cancer Research UK. Sign up today. Okay, what's that?
Harry, do it, bro. Do it.
Shall I just do it?
Just do it, mate. Honestly.
Shall I just get knocked out?
Yeah, just fucking do it, bro. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be funny. I'll make a mug out myself and get knocked out, but why not?
I might join you, mate. Me versus you, maybe. Who knows?
Let's go. Let's do it. Come
I
down.
think we'd be
Come down, my
great
guy.
in a press conference, wouldn't we? Just insulting each other.
I know, but it would be fun. It would just be the most ridiculous press conference ever, wouldn't it?
It'd be great because we'd be like hugging each other afterwards.
Yeah, I'd be talking absolute shit. It wouldn't be like intense though. It'd just be moronic. It'd just be like a pair of, like, what are these morons talking about? You know what I'm saying? We'd be insulting each other's fucking nostrils and shit. You know.
Look at you, mate.
Dumb
Look at
shit.
your fucking big ass nostrils, bruh.
You know what I mean? It'd just be dumb shit, but yeah, man. You know.
Like you're the Masuka of people, bro. Like fuck you. Nah, man. I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love WWE.
Yeah,
I love WWE. I love UFC. It is a good sport to watch.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. It's There's a feel of adrenaline. I feel like when you
watch it.
You know, like I'm not trying to compare this at all, but even just having a little boxing, you know, when you like,
spar.
if you train at like a boxing club and you spar, and if you have an amateur fight and stuff, there is a little buzz you get. There is.
Of course it is.
So yeah, I imagine that.
That's why people fall in love with the sport. They have a little spar. They think, "Fuck me."
Yeah. That's it. So yeah, man. I think as long as you have that mindset and that passion for it, like you're not just going in it to try and like, if you just want to cause pain and shit, then obviously, there's obviously something going on there, isn't there? But like, there's something going on there, But like, I feel like the reason I say this is because I feel like a lot of the time people say like, why do people like this? It's, you know, it's violent, it's sick, but I feel like they don't look at it like, at least my mentality is not like that. It's like when two men get inside a cage, and women as well, because they do it. When you step inside the cage and you lay it all out on the line, I feel like there's a respect level there, and it's, you know, it's not about trying to, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I think I'd be extremely turned on if Ronda Rousey put me in an armbar. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I probably would as well.
Yeah. It wouldn't be my arm that snaps. It'd probably be boner from where she's trying to armbar me.
I fucking hope not, because yeah.
I hope
100%.
not.
Yeah.
We need that boner for the recreational use. No,
recreational use. Yeah.
No, I love UFC, man. It is.
Sorry, did you say you hated UFC?
I love the UFC. I don't know. Did I say I hate the UFC? I hate you, bro. Fucking Conor McGregor, fight me, you little bitch.
Yeah.
No.
100%.
I would love to fight in a boxing match or a UFC match.
Yeah, man. It's
What I can say is I'd rather be knocked out than submitted, though. Fuck.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I don't really care. Whatever is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, man. So
yeah, what's going? What you been up to when it comes to TV recently? You been up to much?
TV, you asked me. Oh, when it comes to TV, I've been up to nothing, man.
I've been watching.
I'll tell you this. I've been watching. I watched a couple of episodes of EastEnders and whatnot. UK viewers will know about that.
I haven't watched that in ages. I think I gave up the idea of watching it when they found out that Fat Boy died.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
There's literally no need for him to die. Like what?
Yeah,
wasn't a bad character.
Maybe he wanted to leave the show though, man.
Yeah, but why kill him? There was potential that he could have literally just got a better job and left.
Who knows, dude? Who knows? Who
mate.
knows?
But I want to talk about that new Netflix show called You.
Yeah.
It's about a guy who falls in love with this girl, stalks her. They get together in the end. Stalks her. But you kind of root for him because he becomes a bit of a serial killer in the end because he kills people. You know, he kills her sort of ex-boyfriend, but he kind of but they kind of fuck now and then. And like he sort of talks to her in his mind. He does like narration like Dexter does. It reminds me of a bit like a discount Dexter, like a Tesco value Dexter, because he's breaking and entering, and he does all the voiceover. It's kind of funny, you know. But you kind of root for him. He's a really fucking weird. He's a big weirdo. He's a big freak. But you kind of root for him because she does date these absolute assholes that don't care about anyone but themselves, and he obviously genuinely loves her because when they do get together, he does treat her well. You know what I mean? He has her old phone, so he's connected to all of her shit, so he can literally see all her texts and all that. But he does treat her well, and I don't know. You kind of root for him because of how great the actor. There's a guy called Benji. The guy that played Benji had done a great job of portraying this arsehole hipster boyfriend. Like, he is a true hipster. Like, he made me hate hipsters more than I already do. So he did a great job of that.
Yeah.
I fucking hate hipsters so much.
How would you define a hipster?
Like,
Just out of interest.
Alright, think of a New York hipster. You know,
dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not cultured. Like, I don't know anything anymore.
It's so hard to explain
I
a
shut
hipster.
myself
Right,
off.
Think of someone that sort of wears. I don't know. There's the whole beanie situation.
You mean like, yeah? I have an image of what I have an image of what you're saying. Yeah, I have an image of the kind of people you're talking about.
Jeans that like fold up to their ankles with like rips.
They think they're better than everyone else, because you know, those type of people.
If you go to a vape shop, you'll find a lot. Just saying, it's like if you were fishing and hunting for hipsters, this is the best place to find. It's like a watering hole for hipsters.
I understand.
But yeah, so he portrayed this hipster dick. Like, not all hipsters are bad. I mean, some just like the style, but the guys that actually
just fucking look. Yeah.
Like, he's such a good actor, man. It's like the guy that played Joffrey in Game of Thrones. It just makes you hate them and just shows you how much of a good actor they are, right? And he makes you hate this boyfriend so much that you're glad when this guy, I was about to say Dan because that's his name in fucking Gossip Girl. Joe, fucking Joe, Joe kills him, and you just kind of like, oh, fair play, mate, fair play. Don't disagree with you there. I would have killed him myself. But, and then he finds out that her best friend Peach, like this rich snotty girl, is obsessed with her. This girl. Oh shit, I can't remember the girl's name anymore. Shit. Yo, I can't remember the girl's name. Alright, so Peach loves this girl.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to do YouTube, I wanted to press U. Right. So she's literally obsessed with this girl, and he finds that out, and then she basically just does everything she can to get rid of him. Right? So yeah, she does everything she can to get rid of him, and then he ends up killing her, and stuff like that, and she ends up sort of sleeping with her therapist and all this. They break up, they get back together. Guinevere Beck was her name, but he called her Beck. And John Stamos played John Stamos. He played therapist. Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Every time I hear that guy's name,
I know. The
it's
thing
in
is,
that voice.
I watch Full House and Fuller House, and he's in that show, and
John Stamos.
I just love knowing that I'm watching the guy in that reference. That my favorite reference in the film. But yeah, so he plays the therapist. He finds out, oh blah blah. He doesn't kill the therapist, but then she finds all his sort of trophies that he kept of his past victims. Then he knocks her out, and then he ends up killing her because she escapes. And then he blames it on. He basically frames his therapist, and then that's where it's when you sort of think, all right, this guy's actually a bit of a fucking weirdo, and you don't really root for him anymore. But it was so weird that they had you rooting for the creepy guy.
Yeah,
that's what amazes me about the show. It was a genuinely great show. The thing, I couldn't stop watching because I was so intrigued about what was going to happen. I was like, is he going to kill? Because I knew she was going to end up finding out about something. But then I was thinking, if he kills her, then it means they don't have room for a second season. Lo and behold, at the end, his ex comes in and she says, I forgot her fucking name now. He just says, let's just call her Josephine, right? He's like, oh, Josephine, you're. She goes, oh yeah, I'm alive, and he's like, yeah. You think, oh wait, but he said that she only moved to a different country. Did he actually try and kill her, and then fake that she moved to a country or not? Because I know he killed the guy that she was sleeping with. Oh, she cheated on him, so the guy got cheated on twice. The guy was kind of fucked up in the end. Poor bastard, weirdo. But yeah, it was such a weird show. I mean, it's so hard to explain, but it was so greatly written. It made you root for the creepy guy, but not when he was being creepy. You know?
Yeah.
You root for their relationship, but you root for him to just not be a weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe that's probably the whole idea.
Yeah, I think
like they tried to get a character, you know. I feel like, you know, it's not something I'd sit and watch like anymore. I would have back in the day, but I don't watch it like that much. I don't watch anything anymore, to be honest with you. 100% honest with you, I really don't watch much. There's a lot of things I just don't really watch, but I feel like every time, if you can get conflicting characters, if you can get conflicting emotions between a character that's, you know, you don't really, it's one of them, you know, if you can actually make the viewer question who you're.
There's a character from the Vampire Diaries called Klaus.
So it's a character where the viewer actually asks themselves morally, you know, do I like, you know what I'm saying? There's a moral argument with their head in their head and whatnot.
So Klaus is evil because obviously he's a vampire. There's a law behind vampires. They can turn their humanity off. All of this bollocks, right?
They can turn their humanity off. You say?
Yeah, right. It's hard to explain. I'll explain that later on.
Okay.
So he's evil over time. Right? He's a fucking wanker in the Vampire Diaries. He gets his own show called The Originals, which I found so much better, which I'm sad has ended, but then they got another spin-off about his daughter called Legacies, which is currently on, which I think there is another episode coming out yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, tonight actually. I'm getting off topic. But this guy was such a dick, but you kind of liked him. But the thing is, you kept liking him, and then he would do something really horrific, and then you think, I don't like him, but I love him.
Yeah.
Like, and then especially in the originals, like, it was about his daughter essentially, because it was about the original family vampires. Like, I'll give you a backstory later, of why they're called the Originals. But he does really bad things, but then he does really good things. You think he's gonna change, and then he does something horrific. And then like, do I still like him? Do I? And then he does something good, and then his character built up to be this. He ended up dying for his daughter. He ended up dying with his brother. He ended up being a good guy in the end, which was nice. But it was just throughout that his whole entire character development, you had such mixed feelings about whether you like him or not. And I think that's what I love about it. It's the same. It's a little bit same with Dexter.
Yeah.
You think, alright, you like this guy, but at the end of the day, this guy only kills bad people because his dad taught him to.
Sure. Sure.
So if you think about it, right, if Dexter wasn't taught to,
yeah, exactly,
he would have been like his brother, and would have been chopping people up probably. Or no,
yeah,
his thing was stabbing people, weren't it? So
I can't remember. I loved his brother was fucking cool though. I liked his brother. I thought he was a great character.
Yeah, he was so evil, didn't give a shit. And I loved that.
Yeah, it was cool. He was a cool character. Did you hear? They actually, this doesn't surprise me. So I heard that they actually, I don't know how true this is, but I definitely think it is true because there's so much similarity there. Even his look. I feel like I heard that they based him off like obviously not the whole character, but they loosely based him on like the likes of like Richard Ramirez, the serial killer in the 80s and whatnot.
Yeah, probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
And,
the thing is, right? They thought quick fact, they thought Richard Ramirez was the original Night Stalker, but he actually wasn't.
Yeah, he's not. No, yeah. Who thought that?
That's what they thought. They blamed Richard Ramirez for it.
Who?
The police.
What? Are we talking in real life here, or? Okay. The police. I don't know why the police would say that, because obviously before there was a guy that was dubbed the Night Stalker and whatnot, and he left like voicemails to like women. You can find that on YouTube. It's actually pretty fucking like, it's pretty. What's the word like? I don't really know what word to use.
Terrifying?
I won't say eerie, scary, but
no, I heard him.
Yeah, it's kind of eerie.
No, I heard him. No. Here's how it went.
He's whispering and shit.
Here's how it went. It was the East Area rapist who became the Golden State Killer, right? Because they hadn't linked, because it was a distance away, that they hadn't linked him with them current killings, and they thought it was Richard Ramirez that was doing it.
Oh.
But the East Area rapist actually left voicemails on his previous rape victims that he hadn't killed. Right?
Oh, okay.
Saying he's gonna come back, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna fuck you and all this.
Oh god, that's fucked up.
Do you know what's even more fucked up? Is that he anally raped a 12-year-old, and the fact is he's getting arrested for the murders and not the current rapes because of statute of limitations. Did you know that?
Who?
The fucking Golden State Killer.
He raped a 12-year-old.
I'm pretty sure she was 12. She was talking about it on a TV show.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, Joseph James D'Angelo. They couldn't find him, right? They only found him like a few years ago, right? Or this last year.
2016.
Holy
maybe?
fuck! No, I think it was like 2018. 2018. I think. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it exploded on the internet when he got caught.
That's insane, man. He finally got caught. Like.
Oh, there's new Netflix series that you might like. It's Videotapes with Ted Bundy. Apparently, Netflix has even warned that you should not watch this alone.
Videotapes with Ted.
I think it's called Videotapes.
Are they actually new ones, or?
No, he died. He got sent on death row.
Oh yeah, shit.
No, probably his interviews and stuff. Oh, I'm gonna watch that. We can talk about that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll probably check it out too.
But yeah, no. So anyway, yeah, like same with Dexter. You know, his character. You don't know. I love the character, but at the end of the day, he is a bad person.
Who?
Dexter. He only kills bad people because of his dad's code.
Yeah.
If he didn't, he would probably kill anybody.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess you could. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you would do. I don't know about children and shit, but
no. I don't think he'd kill children. He has a fondness for children. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's got like. I think he's like he said in the first episode. He has standards, doesn't he? So.
Yeah. As he claimed, not morals, standards.
I have
for
standards.
My victims.
Yeah.
I choose my victims with some high standards. Yeah, no.
It's
exactly. Like that though, isn't it?
Yeah, I have to agree. That was the element as well. He was wrestling with that in his head throughout the show, right?
That
Yeah,
dark
he's like
passenger, as he called
he
it.
did. Yeah, exactly. The dark
Oh, I'm
passenger.
watching Dexter tonight. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
it's such a good
I'm
TV
gonna
show,
watch
dude.
it tonight. I'm gonna watch
I'm
it. That's gonna be
so
my new
certain.
theme tune to life. Is the Dexter theme tune.
Oh
Oh,
my god,
the
that's
song,
class.
man.
Oh, dude, it brings
Even
back
the
some.
ending music.
Oh,
You know,
don't. The music is amazing, amazing.
Oh man, I love
Dude,
Dexter.
don't, because you're gonna get me all
Oh,
gassed up.
do you know what? Right, Michael C. Hall said he'd come back to Dexter if they made a good storyline.
Oh, no, don't.
I
You're
know.
gassing me
I'm
up.
like, oh, please,
Yeah, I know.
please write it, please come
Mate,
back, please come back.
honestly,
Mate, if they
I
announced
would.
it, right, I will screech like a little girl, mate. I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
will screech like a little girl that's seen a man in her room. I will scream so loud,
Yeah.
my neighbours would fucking complain. I'm telling you, I would scream. Oh,
I
mate.
would be buzzing for it, mate. Buzzing for it, mate. Absolutely
I'd be
buzzing.
ringing you straight up, mate. If I read that news, I'd be like, "Yo, Harry."
If you could ask me, like, you know, TV shows off the top of my head, what would you like to see return? It'd be, you know, like
Dexter.
Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah,
I'd love to
Dexter.
see them do that again. Dexter, you know,
probably Dexter, maybe Bones. Well, the thing is, I haven't actually seen the end of Bones, so I need to watch it because I know that they had a good
Bones.
run.
Heard about it.
Maybe
don't think I've actually
Angel.
watched it.
I know they're rebooting Buffy, but I'm so scared that they're gonna ruin Angel because no one is Angel. David Boreanaz is Angel. No one else.
Yeah,
is
I
Angel.
understand
No
what
one
you're
else can
saying.
play
Yeah,
Angel.
sure, yeah.
He played Angel
yeah.
so
It's
well.
like-
He got his own spin.
Like David Jason is Del Boy. No, you could never, ever.
Yeah, imagine they
no
rebooted
one can
Only Fools and Horses.
No, I'm sorry. I would never. I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it.
I'm down for a Buffy reboot, but they better not ruin it. I'm not one of them people that are getting pissed off because she's a black woman. Don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? They're like,
yeah. Okay.
what pisses me off is that it's Angel. I hope if he's not in the show, I'm gonna be pissed off. But if he's shit in the show, I'm gonna be pissed off. He's got to be for me. Angel is he's Angelus. He's Liam. His real name is Liam. He's an Irish white guy. That is literally who he is. He's literally an Irish white guy from like hundreds of years, like 200 years ago, 300 years ago, or something like that. Right? That's the only thing that's the only person that I think should stay the same type of characters because he's literally a white Irish. He's from a rich white Irish family.
Yeah.
And was turned into a vampire. And I hope they don't ruin him. I don't care. Like I don't care.
Is
about
this that
anyone
Angel
else.
guy?
Yeah, like.
Okay,
David
cool.
Boreanaz, right? That shit made my childhood. So if Angel is ruined, I'm gonna just cry. Do you know, I don't care.
Okay.
That's what's gonna be make or break it for me when I watch the new Buffy series. And it's either rebooted as a TV series or a movie.
Do you think he'll actually gonna come back though? The actor?
No, he said that.
I mean, it's.
He said that.
Because he's kind of old now, right?
Yeah, no, he said ages ago that he's not. He's over that.
Okay. Okay.
Don't blame him. He moved on to so much more. He played Seeley Booth in Bones. Made me fall in love with him even more. Like.
Sure, I get you.
I love him, man. He was my childhood
you know what
idol.
though? So I've got a thing here. I've got a thing. I've got a little like a you know, like a diamond in the rough recommendation here.
Yeah,
so there was a TV show, right? And let me just search it up real quick so I can get the info. It was an American drama series. It only lasted one season. Okay.
Mhm.
And if anybody is aware of who this guy is, I'm sure everyone, like most people, will know who he is. You might not know his name. He's called Avon Jogia. He was in that Victorious show, you know, on Nickelodeon and
Never
whatnot.
watched that, mate. Honestly.
But you'll know him. You will know him if you see him. He's one of them, like, you know, you'll know him if you see him, kind of thing. But yeah, he was the main character on this show. It was called. He played the character of Danny, and this show was really. It's called Twisted. It's called Twisted. It was a 2013 TV show. Very, very, very good show. Honestly, I really recommend that. I know it only lasted a season, and it did end on one of the biggest. It ended on such a big cliffhanger, dude. It sucked so much, man.
Yeah. That's the same with a lot of shows, though. Teen Wolf kind of ended on a bit of a cliffhanger.
It sucked. Fucking sucked, man. But they were. The thing is, they thought. So hold on, let me just finish this real quick because they thought they were going to pick it up for another season, but obviously it didn't. You know, I don't know what happened there, but So basically, this Avon Jogia guy, he plays the role of Danny Desai. He basically returns to his hometown after he's been in juvenile for 5 years because he got, he was said to have killed his aunt, but the whole I don't want to give much away, but just watch the show, dude. Trust me, this is such a great TV show, man. I recommend it to everyone out there. If you like, you'll probably like it. So especially if you're young and shit, you'll probably like it. So.
Oh man, honestly, this is all nostalgic now.
Yeah, we should dedicate it. We should do it on a show. We should maybe do a show we'll upload this and then maybe do a show like within the next couple of days to a week, because I feel like it would make up for. I mean, you know what I mean? Because it's been like 3-4 weeks anyway. We can dedicate a whole episode talking about TV shows from our childhood and stuff like that. But I don't want to get into it right now.
Yeah,
I
can't get into this because I have to. I'm gonna be watching Dexter tonight. I'm gonna be playing.
So I'll tell you what. How about this? We'll say this. Yeah. How about we'll say this right now? We'll call it. Like we'll make it a date. We'll do some research. We'll do some research into. We'll do some research and stuff and. Yeah. Same.
Hit me up, girl.
She's mad to me. But yeah, we'll prepare for it in the next episode and shit. We'll talk about like nostalgic TV shows and films.
I'm gonna write down a list of TV shows that I love.
Yeah.
Absolutely love.
Yeah, man, sounds good to me. I like that nostalgia type talk. It's good to reminisce and whatnot.
Kind of emotional as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good to reminisce, bro. It's good to reminisce.
It does sort of shape your childhood. But yeah, no. Oh, there was another. Do you know what we were also gonna do? Remember that thing that we were gonna do? We're gonna make the ultimate werewolf. I think we were going to. Were we? I can't remember now. No. I'm trying to think what else we said we were gonna do. Oh, we're having technical issues again, boys. This is it. So I mean, it's just technical issues, bro. Honestly, just gonna get Harry back on. See, this is technical issues. See, we're recording it from my end, not his. So we just have some serious technical issues because we're not one of them podcasts where it's like high fun, so we can just talk in person. Eventually, hopefully, it will lead to that, but I can't be 100% sure right now.
The last bit of what I was saying, like.
No.
Oh shit! I've forgot now. Shit.
I know I said that we were gonna do that whole make an ultimate werewolf thing.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get that. We'll do that as well. That's another thing that we'll actually do some research on, because I want to do that properly. I feel like me and you could make a decent.
What we're talking
show
about is that every time that we watch a film or a show, the werewolves that we watch are never just that great. They have good qualities, but they're never the best that they can be. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to add certain aspects and certain abilities from different TV shows and movies and make the ultimate werewolf for a movie or a TV show, essentially. Oh, I know another show that I would love to bring back, which is called Grimm. If you guys don't know what Grimm is, then you guys need to go watch that. That shit's so good. Oh, I love Grimm. Nostalgia. I think we might be having technical issues again. I'm not sure. I have no idea because I can't hear Harry. Don't know what he's saying. He might have just died. Oh, wait, I heard a noise. No, I think he's dead. Never mind. Rest in pieces.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. He's alive. Thought we had another technical issue.
No. Yeah, man. But like I was gonna say there, let's not go too deep just yet, because we want to save this nostalgia talk. But yeah, man, like you said about the werewolf stuff, you suggested that. I think it's a fun idea to talk about. Yeah. Obviously, we've both seen a bunch of werewolf films and TV shows, so to put some aspects and form one, I feel like that could be a fun little show as well.
Wolf.
Or segment or whatever, you know.
Yeah. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah, man. So Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
But yeah, man, how
nostalgic's
long have we been
kicked
going
in
for?
now. An hour and 30 minutes, essentially.
No, that's alright. That's pretty good.
So yeah, we've done a good episode. We've talked. We went obviously
Yep.
off topic, but sometimes going off topic can help because
This was one of the episodes where we didn't want to
beginning-
plan a whole ton of stuff.
see, the thing is, at the beginning of an episode, it's better to get into a conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then you can sort of segue into another topic that you might bring up or you might talk about, which you don't even realise that you're going to talk about. So
Yeah, so
it could bring
yeah,
up
man,
some
good to
good
get back.
content.
Good to get back to it.
Yeah, man.
Good to get back to it.
I
And,
think we should end
listen-
it here though, because we're going to go into some tangents. Because I guarantee if we're going to keep talking about nostalgia, we're going to end up just talking.
Yeah, we're gonna do the next week. We're gonna do the next show already. I do want to say before we go though, the Royal Rumble's taking place 2 days from now. So have you got the date?
29.
Okay, so it's the 26th.
26th now.
The
Well, it's
26th
literally
now.
It is literally 0001.
What?
It's 1 minute past 12, so technically it is Saturday.
Technically it is Saturday. Yeah, so it's literally just turns.
Yeah, it's literally just
Okay,
turned Saturday.
So let's say it's Saturday. So technically it's the
Saturday.
Royal Rumble's tomorrow. So that's Sunday, and I'm planning on doing a show, obviously talking about it, reviewing it. You are welcome to join us as well if you want to come on the
down,
show.
bro. If you guys
we'll
want me on there, I'll be on there 100%.
Let's do it 100%. We'll do it
Yeah, man.
for sure.
Yeah,
So yeah, check that out. Make sure to look out for that on my channel. It'll be a fun little discussion. It's gonna be pretty funny. you,
Harry's
me, you, and
channel
Daniel.
should be in the description below. If not, just go to our channel. It will be.
Yeah, just go to our Twitter, whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
guys, just if you're listening on Sound, I have. Oh shit!
What?
I didn't upload the last episode to SoundCloud.
Oh well, that's cool, man. It's only one episode.
Just that giggle. Oh fuck it, don't matter. Nah,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was a good episode, but it wasn't like.
It was a good one. It's fine though. It's only one. It's only one episode that we haven't uploaded. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
we're bound
I'll
to do
upload
silly
it
things.
tonight and then upload the SoundCloud one. Like.
Yeah, man. We both, like I said, there's been a load of issues in the last couple of weeks. But
honestly.
yeah, whatever, man. We're back. And we got the next show already planned, so we're on a good step now.
Yes,
good
sir.
So wait. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I think we should end it here before we go into more
Yeah,
tangents.
but
Guys, we love you. Thank you for
I
stopping
agree.
by. Thank you for listening. This has been the Said Enough podcast. Sorry for the lack of uploads. Once again, technical issues. I'm gonna just let Harry say his goodbyes.
Peace.
That's his goodbye.
That
Anyway,
is all. That is all.
follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch because I'm lonely on there. Love you guys. Peace out. Bye.